Hi Sparkles, it's Jordan Sparks. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing an anti-haul of all of the beauty guru launches and releases that are happening right now in 2019 and going into the new year. And if you're interested in that, make sure to give this video a great big thumbs up. But before we hop into this video, if you're brand new to my channel, hi and welcome. My name is Jordan Sparks. I'm super happy to have you here. If this is your first time, or like you've been to my channel a million times, or you've been following me since 2006, who knows? But welcome, hi, I am super happy to have you. If you are brand new here and you would like to become one of the Sparkles, we are almost 25,000 Sparkles strong in the constellation. So make sure to tap that subscribe button if you'd like to become one of the Sparkles, and don't forget to tap the bell notification if you'd like to be reminded every single time that I upload a video. And yeah, today's video is not going to be your regular average anti-haul, because it's not that I think that these are the worst products ever, it's just that I will not be partaking in purchasing any of the products from any of these launches. You'll see what I mean in a second. But anyways, let's hop right into the video. So first I like to prime my face with this Nivea face lotion. I'm just going to use a tiny bit of that on the palm of my hand. Then I like to target mostly my neck and like where my facial hair is, because that's where it needs it the most. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about all of the product launches specific to beauty gurus on YouTube that I will not be purchasing. So this is kind of like an anti-haul. Going to kind of go through which products I'm using and let you guys know what my favorite products are at the moment while I talk about the launches that I'm not going to be buying. So for foundation right now, I'm using this Revlon Photo Ready Airbrush foundation. I actually found this on sale and it was like $4 Canadian, which is actually really cheap, and it comes out like super liquidy at first, and then I find it's actually like really buildable, like medium to full coverage, so I personally love it. So the first beauty guru launch that I'm not going to be purchasing is Manny MUA's Moonspell palette. And honestly, don't get me wrong, I looked at this palette and it looks absolutely beautiful. And I honestly would use pretty much every single shade in this palette. Like when I saw it for the first time, I was like, oh my god, this would honestly be perfect for me. But it's simply just not within my price range. And I'm in the kind of mindset that I really have to live within my means, and that's just kind of well out of my means. And honestly, I'm obsessed with the packaging. I grew up watching Charmed, and the packaging kind of reminds me of the spell book from Charmed, so I'm obsessed with the packaging. But honestly, it's $48, and I just can't bring myself to spend $48 on a palette at the moment, and you guys know that I am a drugstore queen, and honestly, like, if I can find something in the discount bin, I'm going to buy it. If I can find something for like dirt cheap, I'm going to buy it, but $48 is just a stretch to me. So honestly, if I could afford that, I would buy it, but not gonna happen. So next I'm going to go in with the Cover FX concealer in the shade Light. So the next beauty guru launch that I will not be purchasing, and I honestly went back and forth on this one for a long time, is the James Charles mini palette with Morphe. And the only reason why I was considering this is because I don't actually have the original James Charles palette, and I was looking into the pricing because I was like, okay, this is a mini palette. It takes me forever to go through a palette. I've been using the NYX Ultimate Brights palette for like over a year, and I'm still not finished with that palette. And I'm honestly a big fan of bright colors, so I was considering it, like really considering buying it. In fact, I almost bought it the other day when I was downtown, but I was like, nope, you can't afford this. But after looking at the pan sizes for the palette, I was like, okay, these are literally the size of a dime. And then when I compared the weights and the prices, the mini palette is $26 on Morphe, and the full-size palette is $50. And for $50, you honestly get so much more product. And since this isn't just a rainbow palette, this is like every single color you could possibly need to create any look, I honestly feel like I would wait out until I can afford the $50 palette and then just get that one instead of buying the mini. So that's the only reason why I wasn't going to get this. I know most people weren't even interested because they already have the full size, so like why do they need a mini other than for traveling and the mirror? But for me, I'm more concerned about the actual shades and the quality of the shadows than I am about the mirror or having like a travel size palette, because I honestly don't travel anywhere. So next I'm going to go in with this Revlon Photo Ready Instafix stick in the shade Rich Ginger. This is actually a foundation stick, but I use it as like a soft natural contour. And I'm just going to put this underneath the hollows of my cheek and then a little bit on the forehead and directly underneath my jawline. So the next Beauty Guru launch that I will not be purchasing, and this was almost like a no-brainer for me, I didn't really have to think much about it, is the Tati Beauty palette, or literally anything from her launch. It really just didn't pull my eye. Like, I was looking at the palette and it looked so usable, like everyday neutrals, and I honestly loved the glitter shades. But again, I couldn't bring myself to spend that much money on a palette that's just wearable shades, because I'm personally somebody that prefers a lot of color and like bright colors and avant-garde looks, and that's just not something that you can create from Tati's new palette. So again, Tati's palette is absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. There are some beautiful wearable shades in there. You could create a beautiful wearable smoky eye. You could create like every single color combination for a beautiful wearable smoky eye. There's some beautiful glitters in there. They look like pressed chunky glitters almost, and I'm loving the red shades. But just for $48, which is what this palette retails for, I just couldn't bring myself to spend that much money on a palette. Like, that's just way too much for me. I can't bring myself to buy a more mid to luxury level brand at $48 because it's just well outside of my means. Like, if I made way more money and I had that kind of money to spend, then of course I would definitely pick up this palette. But at my income level, no. Now, I'm not going to bake my face or anything, but I am just going to go over my face with a light coat of this NYX HD Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder. And I'm going to be doing that with this e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. This is honestly like my favorite e.l.f. brush. And I got this in a set of brushes that was like $9.99, I believe. Like, it was so cheap, and it came with like so many brushes. And honestly, this is the best one. So if you can still find this brush at the drugstore and you need like a big fluffy brush, this is perfect for powder. I find that it's perfect for setting my face. It's perfect for bronzer. I can honestly use it for like blending in foundation if I want to do foundation extremely fast with a brush. Like, this is just one of the best multi-purpose brushes that I personally use. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the NYX Matte Bronzer and just quickly bronze my face. The next Beauty Guru launch that I am not partaking in, but I honestly wish that I could so badly, is the Aina eyeshadow palette that she did with Anastasia. Like, I'll put a picture of it up right here. Like, this palette is honestly gorgeous. Like, there are so many beautiful shades in there. Like, look at that deep, beautiful purple. Like, it's so pretty, but like, I just have these shades in other palettes. And as much as I would love to support Jackie and purchase this palette, and for me, I feel like that's a big part of the YouTube Beauty Guru launches, is just like feeling like you're part of the launch and wanting to support your creator. And so, honestly, I would love to purchase this palette, but again, at $45 US, I can't afford that. It's beautiful and I would love to support Jackie, but again, these palettes are all just so expensive, and I'm wondering if any beauty gurus are going to be, you know, like big beauty gurus, if they're ever going to be collabing with brands like NYX, or like just things that are more affordable, like at the drugstore range, because everybody seems to collabo at like this Sephora, like Morphe price range, and that's honestly, like, it's not that expensive and it's worth the point, but it's just not in the price range that I can afford. So lately, as a blush, I'm actually going like old school and using a traditional rouge shade instead of like a pink. I'm using like a pure red. So I've actually been using this Kiss single shade eyeshadow, and this was like $2, and this is in the shade Geranium. And like I said, this is an eyeshadow, so I like to just go in gently, again, with this like all-purpose blending brush for me, because this brush is a god. And then I just like to go in right there, because I just feel like red, I just love like an actual true red color, because that's what color my face actually blushes. A kind of like very, very bright reddish pink. And I know that's not for everybody, like not everybody wants bright red cheeks, but like that's what naturally happens on my face, so I'm totally used to it, and I honestly love that look. It makes me feel totally alive, and I love it. Okay, now this next product isn't really a new launch, but honestly, I so wish that I could be partaking in the Jeffree Star highlighters. So Jeffree has the Liquid Frost the Skin Frost, which is his traditional highlighters, and then he has the Supreme Frost. And honestly, there's so many beautiful colors, and honestly, I totally just wish that I could have like every single highlighter in this collection. But again, at the price range, the Liquid Frost, you've got the Supreme Frost, you've got the Skin Frost, and the price range is from the mid-20s, around $25 to the $40 range. And honestly, I just can't afford that for a highlighter, but they are absolutely beautiful. And if I could afford these products, I would definitely be trying some of them out. That's for sure. Now, what I do like to use for highlighter is this Temp 2 BoxyCharm highlighter. This is a liquid glow. I'm not going to be using this today, but like if you want to be like shining like the top of the Chrysler building, then this is a great highlighter for you. But what I will be using today is this e.l.f. Baked Illuminator, and this is in the shade Apricot. And honestly, I find that this is an amazing highlighter, and it definitely does the trick, and it's like less than $3. So will I be spending $40 on a highlighter anytime soon? No. Now, what I like to use, because I don't have the James Charles palette, is this NYX Ultimate Brights palette. Honestly, it has like all of the bright colors, and then I just refer to some kind of nude palette if I need to have anything other than the bright colors. I'm just going to go in the strawberry kind of pink shade in this palette. Now, I like to direct the color on the hood of my eye, just directly above my crease. And I don't really like to get any of the color on the actual lid of my eye. I just like to really direct that color above so that you can see it, because my eyes are very hooded. So this is a good tip for you guys if you have really hooded eyes and you want any kind of color to show, then really make sure to put it either directly on your lid, but I'm going to be saving that for a shimmer today, or you can put it directly on the hood of your eye so that you can actually see it. I'm just going to go in for like a kind of subtle look today, not anything super dramatic. This may be a little bit dramatic for you if you're not used to using color on your face, but for me, this is pretty subtle. And now I'm just going to go in with this hot pink shade that you can see that I've been definitely loving. We've definitely hit pan on that already. And I'm just going to use that on the outer corner of my eye to make it a little bit more vibrant. So I'm just pressing the color in at first and then blending. Now, the next Beauty Guru launch that I will unfortunately not be partaking in is the Shane Dawson times Jeffree Star Conspiracy Collection. And I am so sad about this, and you might be a little bit shocked because I've honestly gushed over this collection and I am so in love with it, and I specifically love the Trisha Paytas shade that is going to be in the Conspiracy palette, but I unfortunately will not be purchasing this collection because there's no way that I'm going to be able to come up with that kind of money by November 1st, and if you ask me, this entire collection is going to sell out immediately, and you may be able to put in like pre-orders for the next relaunch, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to partake in that either, but I just don't have the money at this time. So like maybe after I've bought Christmas presents for everybody and like the Christmas season is over and it is like well into the new year and I've collected some fundage, got a little bit of coin in my bag, then maybe I will be able to purchase anything from the Conspiracy Collection. But I do love the palette, but again, it's going to launch at a Jeffree Star price range. We're going to be thinking around $50. I can't afford that. The Shane Glossin, I would love to just purchase that so that I could be a part of this launch and feel like I got something, but I can't afford, like, even just purchasing the one gloss with shipping and everything, it's just not in my price range right now. So unfortunately, I will not be partaking in the Conspiracy Collection, at least not in 2019. Maybe in 2020 or sometime in the future, but not anytime soon. So now going in using the exact same e.l.f. Baked Illuminator in the shade Apricot, I'm just going to go in on my finger and I'm going to apply this all over the lid of my eye. I'm going to try and focus this on the inner corner and really blend the highlighter in with those two pink shades that I applied earlier. And now again, using the exact same highlighter on my finger, I'm just going to go in underneath my brow on the brow bone. Now I'm just going to go in under the lash line with this purple color from the NYX Ultimate Brights palette. And I like to just blend that right into the pink color and kind of create a false wing. So now I'm just going to do a quick coat of mascara using this e.l.f. Volume Plumping Mascara. Again, this is like in the under $5 range. I got this at Walmart. Is it the best mascara in the entire world? Of course not, but does it do the job? Definitely does. So I love Jaclyn Hill. Like, don't get me wrong. I think that she's hilarious. I definitely watched her last video and she was calling her subscribers and I think that was so sweet. And like, she was FaceTiming them and stuff like that and surprising everybody. And that's such a nice thing to do for your subscribers and like just take the time out of your day to make them feel special after all of the support that they've given you. So I commend Jaclyn on that and I think that that is definitely a cool video idea and it was like fun and entertaining and stuff. But until she gets her brand under control and we see some consistency and that she can release products that are not full of hair or contaminated with fibers, then I'm not really going to be purchasing anything from Jaclyn other than like maybe her old collection that's already out. But I'm not really interested in anything new until she gets her brand under control. I'm sure if she's going to be releasing something with Morphe, then it's going to be great, but I'm not going to be able to afford it anyway, so I'm not going to be buying it. But aside from that, I'm not going to be buying anything from Jaclyn until she gets her brand under control. I love Jaclyn and I support her, but it just doesn't make sense. Like, why waste your money and go through all that hassle unless you know that it's going to be a reliable product, if that makes any sense. Now I'm going to be popping on a pair of Ardell Demi Wispy lashes, and I've cut these to fit the shape of my eye, which is very small. And I've worn these lashes before a few times. There's no shame in reusing your lashes, especially when they cost so much money. These ones are only a few dollars at like pretty much every single drugstore, and you can use them until they fall apart as long as they are still sanitary. So don't feel any shame in reusing your eyelashes. Like, we can't afford $10 to $15 every single time we want to wear a pair of eyelashes. Who has that kind of money? Now to do my brows, I'm just going in with the Rock Nudes palette, and I just go in with this dark charcoal grayish brown color. And for my brows, I honestly like to keep it super simple these days. I like to go in and kind of define and contour, I guess, the tail of the brow and just make it a little bit darker so it pops on my face, and also go over any kind of like foundation and concealer that I might have got on my brow, because that's never a cute look. And then using a bare spoolie, I just spray a little bit of hairspray, and I like to just brush up my brows into a natural kind of soap brow-esque shape, but without using the soap. Obviously, if you don't have giant bushy brows like mine, this might not work for you. You might want to try penciling them in, but for me, that's just not what I'm going for these days. And that's basically the complete brow for me these days. Literally takes 2 seconds. Now for my lips, I'm just going to go in with this Essence lip liner. I got this at Shoppers Drug Mart for literally like $2. This is in the shade 09 Going Steady, and it's kind of like a plum mauve-y nude shade. I was using the bright red shade the other day when I had the bright red lips. This was the same lip liner. Now, as far as makeup launches, I don't know who else is really releasing anything. I know that Laura Lee has a new release coming up, which is like super rare because she hasn't been releasing anything recently. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what that is going to be. Again, I probably won't be purchasing it. Marlene Estelle, she'll probably release something. Too Faced will probably release something. You know, Huda, all these other people. I don't know what they have coming out, to be completely honest. I haven't looked it up. So if you do know what's coming out in terms of like new releases, definitely let me know down in the comments. But what I'm more curious about is, which out of these releases are you going to be partaking in, and which ones are you not going to be partaking in? Because I know like everybody in the world and their dog is interested in the Conspiracy palette, but like I just can't be shelling out that kind of coin right now. But let me know which ones you're going to be purchasing or which ones you already have purchased down in the comments below. And now I'm going to go in with probably the most expensive product that I've used so far in this tutorial. This is going to be the Lancome Gloss in the shade 202. And the only reason why I have this is because my roommate gave it to me and I did not pay for it. So will my cheap ass be buying anything from Lancome this season? Definitely not, but I will be using it because I am always grateful for any kind of gift. So this is the first time trying these two lip products together, and honestly, I'm kind of loving it. It looks super natural, so I'm a big fan of those two together. But that is it for this video. This was my completed look, so if you like this look, definitely give this video a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments. And if you like this video, please definitely let me know. This is my first time ever trying an anti-haul. This is not a traditional anti-haul because I literally wanted like every single product in this video. I just can't afford it, so I'm not going to be buying it, because we gotta live within our means in 2019 and 2020, people. So that is just basically the bottom line as to why I'm not going to be buying any of those Beauty Guru launches from this year. To me, the moral of this video would be live within your means. And a note to the beauty gurus out there, maybe collaborate with some more affordable brands in 2019 so some of us out there without any big coin can participate in your launches. But that is it for this video. Definitely let me know which products you guys are going to be partaking in and which ones you are not going to be partaking in. And if you like this video, again, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're brand new to my channel. We are almost at 25,000 sparkles in the constellation, and we would love to have you. So definitely hit that subscribe button and tap the bell notification if you'd like to become one of the sparkles. And I guess that is it for this video. So as always, make sure to be weird, be wild, and stay sparkly, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.